無限大の地図広げ果てしないピアノ場所へ Let's sing on 高く頬を上げて風に乗れ
Hello guys, welcome to another video. This is going to be round 2 of locals from this past weekend. My second match was Green Yellow Yamato from last weekend when I was playing the Magellan deck for the series Leader Locked, which again has been pushed back due to the LCQ and Bandai Card Game Fest coming up, so I want to make sure I'm able to attend that and hopefully not drown out in the early stages. But starting off here, we are just going to go ahead and cut. We're going to roll. I always say high roll, they always agree. But I'm almost positive we end up winning the die roll here. And I choose to go second. So getting our starting hand. I think I keep this. No. Now that I remember, there's quite a few Tashigis, I think, actually. Anyway, not Tashigis, Surus. So we both decide to mulligan here, which honestly, pretty good. This deck honestly is hit or miss. Again, I've stated this probably several times in the last video. I did not see a single frickin' Moria, and the only time I saw Moria this weekend was, not this weekend, but this whole locals match was my third round, and there was never really just an opportunity to play it. So, I never did. I tried to keep control of the board as best as possible, but in the end, Smoker prevailed. Very good match, though. I'm almost positive I don't think I touched his life once, now that I'm thinking about it, but hey, that's how things go. So he wanted to read the leader. I don't think he... there's quite a few people that probably haven't played this leader since it's been released, or most people in this case have probably just swept it under the rug due to the effect not being great. But it is what it is. I think I used the leader effect once all weekend, that Sunday. Off to a slow start here. No worries. All the games this weekend were fun. Very back and forth too. Learned a lot, and again, recording these matches and watching them back teaches you a lot, about what it is you can do in future matches just because of some mistakes or misplays that you might have made. And 9 times out of 10, I kind of notice those as I'm talking through this. So again, I'm doing commentary as the video is playing, doing my best to remember what it is we do. But he ends up passing to us. I think we end up passing back. There's not a lot for me to do the first few turns. So we pass back to him. He swings for 6. Double attack. No. How much did he swing for? 6? I lost track, but anyway, 4 on turn, we just swing for 9. He ends up taking it. He swung for 7. Okay, I see. So now this is his 5 on turn. I think he drops a Hiyori here. I know in the first few stages of the game, he dropped 2 Hioris this game, I believe. stacking the life and kind of putting it a little more in his favor. Um, Not kind of realizing how Hiyori works. It's been a while since I've played it. So just wanted to make sure I understood the effect and how it worked. He ends up swinging. I do take both. Deciding if I want to trigger the Hound Blaze here, but I decided to keep it due to some future threats. A lot of my board control this locals was due to Hound Blaze. There was very little KOing, and any KOing that was done by Jack. And I don't even think Jack KOs. I think he trashes. So, in hindsight, not too bad. But we decided to drop the brand new after swinging 5. Actually, I don't know if we ended up swinging at all. I probably forgot to set my leader up. But we end up grabbing the Borsalino off of the brand new Trashing a Rebecca. And I'm not sure what else we ended up trashing off of that. Okay. I'm all over the place this video. Good lord. Here's where I ask if I tried to make sure I didn't attack or swing with the leader. It's very hard for me to remember, and he did make a point that he didn't counter out and didn't take a life, so I just, again, had to double check. You know, fair and even playing field. But I think we rest the 4 here, drop the Borsalino, and pass. I do think he mentioned adding some new cards to the deck before playing, which in hindsight, I didn't necessarily agree with. Never tell your guys' opponent what your guys are playing. Especially, yeah, I mean, even if it is locals, don't do it. Always maintain the element of surprise. But I forgot what it is we were talking about here. I don't remember. But anyway, he ends up getting his Don for the turn. It's very confusing with the Don he has face up. I did notice that halfway through the game. I was like, wow, that's kind of confusing. But he ends up dropping a Nekomomoshi for, I think, 2 or 3. He explained that he ends up playing this to get over blockers, which is actually quite a good idea. Not a lot of green yellow Yamato players. The one time I played it, I believe, was when the set first came out. So the weekend it was legal, and that was the extent of any games I had with green yellow Yamato. Our locals has a very rich status of decks, so everybody's playing something different. You might run into 1 or 2 people that are playing the same deck, but overall quite fun. He ends up dropping the Hiyori again to take his life and put the life somewhere in his advantage off of a trigger or just a random card that he might need later on. I block here and counter for 1 with Borsalino for 7, and I think he ends up passing here. Yep. So I draw for turn, get our Dawn ready. I think I try to make sure I'm at 7 or 8. I think this is where I drop right around the area I would drop Jack or Sabo, depending on my hand. If I'm trying to dig for an Ice Age or, a Suru, something that will minus cost but not be too costly, to kind of give myself the edge. The only thing threatening really on this board currently is the Nekomamushi for the Borsalino, but we play the Suru for 1, giving it -2, and I think this is where I drop the Jack and activate the effect. I think next video I'm going to speed some of this up so it's a little bit shorter and you guys aren't having to watch a full 25 minutes. But so off of playing the Suru, I think we end up activating Houndblaze, bottom decking the Nekomamushi, which it does look like. We apply that +3 to brand new, giving him 5 for the turn, and we swing for 5. I do think that is how that works. Obviously. I do think at one point I asked if I had played the brand new that turn, but I think I played it last turn to get the Borsalino. So I went about this turn completely different. How much Don do I have? What do I play Sabo? Okay. I think at this point I already had Jack in hand, but I might have been trying to look for something else to prepare for the next few turns. And to be quite honest with you, what I should, like, I keep telling myself in most of these videos that it is I'm recording, I should probably watch the video before I do the commentary, but where's the fun in that? Most of these videos are just a hobby and a journey, so I learned from experience. So far, I've had relatively good feedback about these videos, so I do want to switch it up. I think what I'll do is end up watching the next round before recording the video and go from there and see how things work out. So what happened? Oh, I think we passed. Yeah. I think we passed and played the Sabo. We trashed a Houndblaze, it looks like, and some Houndblaze in a Brook, maybe? No, no. It was a Brook and something else. The Houndblaze was attached to brand new. So we passed to him. Here's where he drops the 8-cost Kid. It seems like his build is more of a aggro type build, aggro fortress type build. Here he will activate the Eustace Captain Kid's effect to play the Ezo and rest my my Sabo. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, I think Ezo's a 4-cost. But here he swings 6, I think, with the Yamato for a double attack. We block and counter for 1, giving us a 7k total, keeping the Borsalino and Sabo alive. Personally, I would have swung into one of the blockers, but Sabo was up for grabs. But still, I probably would have countered. Regardless, doesn't matter. I think he passes here. Main goal is to get rid of the Kid before doing any sort of swinging. I think I do have an Ice Age in hand. Really just trying to kind of map out the turn and feel it out. I think this is where I do drop Jack. I do Ice Age and then activate Jack's effect, is I think the better play here. Yep, so I play the Ice Age. Again, not a lot of people are familiar with some of these cards. They might look different than what they're used to, so it is polite to let them read the card. I wanted to make sure that the Eustace Captain Kid was at the appropriate level to just drop Jack and get rid of it. Um, a lot of this deck is built around keeping Jack alive, actually. Recycle the blockers with Moria and just keep blockers on board and counter in hand to keep the Jack alive. A lot of decks outside of black are going to have a problem trying to remove Jack, so they solely rely on attacking it as a whole. And now here, again, he wanted to read Jack's effect. Explained to him that Jack does trash. I think it's trash. I don't know if it's KO. But anyway, we trash the Suru for Jack's effect. I think I was trying to set up a Gecko play, hoping I would draw one in the later stages. But we just swing for 7. He does decide to take it. I do remember he did say he added some triggers to the deck, things like what was it? Double Attack Cracker, which is a very good card in and of itself, and I do think he said he added the 5-cost Double Attack Banish Yamato as well. So here we pass. I do believe he is at his full 10 on turn. I do know the last time we played, he dropped a Hody Jones on me, and to be quite honest with you, I was fully expecting a Hody Jones at some point. That card is a menace and terrorizes me even outside the anime. Arguably the least impactful character in One Piece. The kids from Usopp's Island were more impactful to the story than Hody Jones was. Ooh. So here he decides to activate Amaru, I think, is what this card is. I think he had 3 Amarus in hand. I don't know why I said Yamarus. Good old Yam Toes. So here, after activating the 2 Amarus, he activates, I think, Yamato's effect to give 2 to Izo. And so basically he's just loading up Dawn to get through these swings or these blockers. This is where he activates Yamato's effect. So somewhere in here, there's just a lot going on as far as swings. 2 big swings, and yeah, there's a lot. So I decide to take, no triggers. Do I counter out of the Hiyori? Oh, I did the big think. Okay. Oh. So here we decide to take, I don't know if we activate the, no, we don't activate the Houndblaze. But we decide to block the Yamato swing with Borsalino, keeping Sabo on board. Thankfully, none of the swings went into Jack. If at some point any of the swings were strong enough, he probably could have gotten rid of Jack, at least just from the blockers alone. Possibly would have gotten rid of one of the blockers and could have swung on Jack after that. Anyway, passes back to us. I think he is at 2 life, while I'm at 0. Good ol' 4 life leaders. Ooh, excuse me guys, I apologize. Ooh. So, as I'm trying to think out how I want to do things, I wanted to make sure Amaru was only for that turn. So just to kind of get rid of certain things, like Hiyori, just use the brand new You don't have to use the leader or jack to attempt to swing into it. At this point, what do I do? Still sitting here fiddling with Dawn going through my hand. I think we activate Sakazuki's effect, giving -1 to Izo. Yeah, that's what we do. Activate Hound Blaze, or giving -1 to Izo, putting her at 2. Activate the Hound Blaze, giving 3 to Sakazuki, putting him at 8 for the turn. And bottom decking the Izo. Here I haven't decided to activate Jack's effect. I basically wanted to be prepared for a situation like this. I went to swing with Jack and then realized the situation that I was in, and thinking, do I really want to swing with the Jack when I haven't used Jack's effect? Best case scenario, just use Jack's effect and pass. And set up a blocker. I think we set up a Rebecca. A Rebecca and a Borsellino? Do I have 3 blockers? No. There's no way. I do know Rebecca makes the most sense here. Oh. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, it looks like we'll probably activate Jack's effect, trashing the Cracker, playing... Okay, so we're at 3. Okay, what are we doing here? What do I have in hand that can minus? Suru. Yes, Suru for the -2. Putting Cracker at 2, we'll activate Jack, getting rid of the Cracker, presenting us with an open board. We will end up trashing the Hound Blaze, activating, therefore concluding Jack's effect, more so the cost. Now I'm curious, do I just play a Rebecca and grab a 2K and pass with 3 Dom? I guess I do. That seems logical. At least from my standpoint, anyway. So, yeah, that's exactly what I do. So we trash the brand new for the Rebecca. We will grab a T-Bone off of her effect, not activating the play from hand. I think it's a 3 cost or less. You can play from hand. If I had a brand new or a Tashigi, I probably would have done something like that, but I don't even think that I had anything remotely close to that in my hand. The only Hina I played was the one that I trashed earlier, the turn before. Or no, that very same turn, actually. And I think we pass. So back to another Tendon turn. He activates the Banish Onami for 2 and adds 7. We block. He adds quite a bit to the Hiyori. We block that swing as well. And I think he passes. We draw for turn, get all our Dawn up. So here I think we end up putting the Jack to 10. And then swing the rest with Sakazuki. I think he had quite a few cards in hand at this point. You know, I was really debating on whether or not to go for game. But I think at this point I had to, I only had 3 cards, I think, 3 or 4 cards left in hand, not enough to deal with anything he probably had planned for next turn. Um, and so I'm pointing at the life, just making sure that's one. I basically asked if that's one he used with Hiyori. Um, so something I was curious about. I didn't quite pay attention to how things went, and I'm almost positive Hiyori doesn't work like that. You place for more you take, I think. I do need to clear myself up on some of these cards' rulings. So we take 3, swing for 10 with Jack. I don't know if he takes or activates a trigger here, actually. Looks like he takes. We swing the rest of the dawn on Sakazuki, and I believe he was almost out by 1. But we end up taking game 2 for a 2-0 lead. Anyway, guys, this is round 2. Rounds 3 and 4 should be uploaded this weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, comment, and share with your friends. Till next time, Wrath out.